Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, fuck everybody, just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause of sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, fuck everybody, just do your thing.
Hi, Bullhorn Betty. Thank you for my shirt. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Kids Club.
And slid down so we can see a red suitcase right here for law enforcement. And if they're watching and you guys would like to come back here. Of her being out here. So this is what we're doing today. We will see you guys back here real soon. beautiful people of YouTube and Twitter. It's nice to see everybody here today. Yay, Monday! Yay, it's Monday! Yay, right? Woo! Well, we all feel like this. Welcome to the Monday morning edition of Bullhorn Betty. Bullhorn Betty. We got a lot going on. Who wasn't at church yesterday? I'm taking names and I'm taking numbers. Who wasn't at church yesterday? Who wasn't at church? Teresa, good morning. It's me, Jen, Alabama mom of 4. Good morning, love bug. Gigi for life. It's nice to see you. Ashley is in the house. Good morning, y'all. It is nice to see you, Tammy Sue. Good morning. 3 flying doves. Oh, a big virtual hug to you, dear. Big virtual hug to you. I am Team Summer. Bunch of love to you as well. And all of my beautiful mods this morning. Good morning, TL. TLC is me. Lady 7 up. Good morning, love. Good morning. We got Cranky Pants in the house. Now, the question is, did she wake up on the good side of the bed or the cranky side of the bed? Good morning, Rhonda. Good morning. Jody, it's nice to see you. It is nice to have everybody here. Elsie, good morning. Miss Potty Mouth, my second BFF behind Cranky Pants, right? Because behind Cranky Pants is a Potty Mouth. My 2 BFFs in the house. Emma M. Sonia, it's nice to see you here this morning. Nurse Nat, good morning, love. Stephanie, good morning. Tracy, good morning. Mary, good morning. Love to all. And of course, our dear Sonia. As we are moving very rapidly toward the Christmas holiday, hopefully you guys are prepared. But if you're not, don't worry. We got our beautiful Sonia in the house. She is ready, willing, and able to put you together your beautiful custom-made gift from the heart, as well as some prank gifts, right? Or should we say cranky pants gifts? Cranky sock gifts? I can keep going. Don't worry. I got this stuff for days, right? So we've got all these things, and we never want to forget our dear boy, Dolly Vision, and all of his goodies as well. These are great people that help do the work that we do, and they also need support to continue their commitment and support to the cause. So go out, get your Christmas gifts. If you're not prepared, make yourself something really, really special and really, really cute. Sonia. Give them your info. Hindsight 2020. Nice to see you. Michelle. Oh, thank you. We try to just bring it up a little bit, have a little fun, because we're dealing with so much gunk, right? We're always dealing with all the icky gunk of society because we're true crime. Oh, Marty. Well, I'm glad. Big heart. Big hug and kiss. But for the most part, we deal with gunk. So we try to make it a little fun, try to liven it up a little bit. We used to be one of the first channels that woke you guys up in the morning. And I'm sure we're going to get right back there, right? Because my sleep patterns are off. But this time of the year, it's just... we just go live when we go live, okay? When Bullhorn Betty gets up, gets a shower, and gets some coffee in her, that is when we go live. So... I've got to tell you, there's some crazy stuff in the news here. On the heels of Halloween, we had a Halloween special here on the Bullhorn Betty channel that went absolutely terribly wrong. You couldn't get any worse than this. I had updated my computer system. Everything I had set up just stopped. I mean, it was just one of those things where you just kept pushing, these things, and everything just had to start it was just annoying. And I had all these videos set up, just boom, 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 boom. And it clearly wasn't going like that. It started to annoy me. So we just switched gears, started talking about something else, right? What do you do? But we were trying to find Halloween type. Hey, good morning, Connie. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. But we were still trying to find more Halloween themed crimes because it's Halloween. We're true crime. So I try to, it's kind of hard, Christmas is coming up. That's going to be pretty rough, right? We know that every single year, right around the holidays, there's a lot of beautiful boys and girls that go missing this time of the year. A lot of them are missing not because they're ST'd or HT'd, it's because they've been abused. And, this time of year is when a lot of our children, either in the foster care system or otherwise, seem to go missing. I don't know why. It's a horrible part of the year. But getting back to the whole Halloween section, we now have a Halloween story, a very recent Halloween story. How many of you guys go to thrift stores? Raise your hands if you go to thrift stores. And if you, just raise your hand if you go to thrift stores. If you go to thrift stores, this is one that is going to kind of creep you out a little bit. So somebody's in a thrift store, right? A secondhand store. And they're going through the store saying, hey, what do I want? Somebody's trash is somebody else's treasure. What do we got up in here? So they're making it down the aisle, right? Just walking, just cruising, look over and think, what a great skull for Halloween. Sitting right there. I don't know what a skull goes for at a thrift store. $3.99? I don't know. I don't know what skulls go for at thrift stores. Okay, so I'm gonna venture to say it's $9.99 or less. Okay, $9.99 or less. Okay, so you're just walking across it. Listen to this. Listen to this. Okay, here's the crazy part. It's in my own backyard. I'm not lying, Nurse Nat Nat. I'm not lying. In my backyard, North Fort Myers. You guys know we went to Fort Myers. Why does Fort Myers sound familiar, but not familiar to many people that don't live around here? It's because you guys watched me go through a hurricane, and that hurricane was called Ian, and I was like flooded up to here with my waters trying to save dogs and people and get them out of the area. Yeah, that was in Northport where you saw me save that. But remember when we went someplace else and we saw those big, huge boats literally in the middle of the road? That was Fort Myers. So this is coming from that area. So an anthropologist, just happens to be strolling through a thrift store in North Fort Myers, just looking for somebody else's trash that might be their treasure. And then boom, it's like, wait a minute, this looks real. Let me check this out. Who else would be better suited to decide whether this is a human brain or not, or a human skull or not, right? Than an anthropologist. Oh, Nurse Nat Nat. Yep, right in your backyard. Literally right in your backyard. So North Fort Myers shopper spots a skull and recognizes it as a human skull. According to Lee County Sheriff's Office, responding detectives also determined the skull belongs to a human. Well, it's a human skull. I mean, I would naturally venture to say or make the leap that if it's a human skull, it belongs to a human. I don't know who writes these stories. I'm just saying, I'm reading it. And you guys got to remember, we did the whole live on the crazy doll lady. Remember the creepy doll lady? This is in Tampa, right? Where the FBI goes and raids this lady's house. And now we're in South Florida and body parts are just kind of showing up at thrift stores. It sounds like somebody purchased something that said, ooh, I see everybody's getting arrested around here. Maybe I need to turn my head over. It's funny, but not funny. Funny, but not funny. Gives you a whole new meaning to heads rolling, right? I need to stop. So the store owner said that they had basically... the store owner basically said that they, a lot of these thrift stores, we've watched it, the storage wars, right? We've all watched those, it's like, we love, reality TV. And so we were doing we watched all those storage wars. Well, this was kind of something like that. They purchased a storage unit. The thrift store purchased this storage unit that obviously didn't pay for their storage. And that's how they acquired the unit, and they purchased it years ago. But apparently, this skull made its way to the display case at the thrift store. I don't know if they thought it was fake or what, but that is a real human skull that nobody knew about that's in a thrift store for sale. So I'm just, wow. And equally kind of wow that, well, I can't imagine a thrift store owner honestly believing. I mean, think about the odds. I mean, we've some of us in our 20s, I will not lie, I was one of them. I was a dumpster diver, right? When you're in your 20s, when you're 18, 20 years old, you get your first apartment, you are broke as a joke, you're young, you don't want to go to mommy and daddy for money, you just got to do what you have to do, right? So, ooh, that looks like a nice little lamp in there. Hey, can you give me a lift and a push? Right? So you think about all the crazy stuff we've done throughout our lives, and when would we ever think, now, if you ran across, honestly, I mean, maybe us now, like, right, we're true crimers. So if we see a skull, we're going to call it in as a real one until they tell us it's a styrofoam one. Let's be honest, right? That's who we are. But normal people, how often do you think you're going to run across a human skull and it actually be a human skull? I can't imagine that this thrift store actually thought that truly was a human skull. I would probably venture to say that they must have thought it was a real life mock-up of this. They get, there's been a storage war that we watched where the person got, the body, how they have those displays where it's all plastic or whatever, but it makes up the spine. The doctor, when you're at the doctor's office and you're there because you got a pinch in the back, and they pull this little thing out and they said, well, out down here at your L2 and L3, you got it a little, and they pull this display over. And so those are fake and they look real. They're designed to look real, and they're very expensive. So I have seen storage wars where they actually found that whole, skeletal vertebrate at a storage thing. It obviously wasn't real. It was something for a doctor's office or an educational department that covers, it was just a display. So I've seen that. I've never seen one where you just find a skull and you just display it. I don't know. Officials have not said whether anybody will face charges in connection with the discovery of the skull in a thrift shop. I can honestly tell you, I do not believe this thrift shop's going to be in any kind of legal jeopardy. If they can, excuse me, I got hiccups. If they can prove that they purchased the unit, but I kind of think this is all part of that whole FBI thing. I really do. I think that there was obviously there was a big sting going on. I don't know if you guys heard about this. Maybe you guys did. Maybe you heard it. Maybe you forgot about it. So what happened is there was an FBI raid here in Florida not too long ago, a few months ago. What was it? Was it August, July? It was several months ago. And it was Cat's Creepy Creations. And we did a story on Cat's Creepy Creations. And it was just some weird, creepy novelty items, where she takes old babies and creeps them out, Halloweens them up. I guess it's the best. She makes them creepy. It's her thing. And there's and listen, there's a huge market for that type of eclectic, collection. Some people just like creepy things. I know people that literally are the sweetest people in the world. They're the person next to you sitting in church, and they just love creepy stuff. It's not a bad or good thing. It's just a preference, right? Some people like it. Some people don't. Some people like fun clowns and hate creepy clowns, like the It Clown. And some people like the creepy clowns and hate, and it freaks them out to have the regular clown, Good morning, Turkey Man. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. So I don't get where this whole head came from. But heads are rolling in North Fort Myers. That's all I got to say. Heads are rolling, and the FBI is on it. I really, truly believe that this is all part of that whole network of people because it was pretty extensive. We had people here purchasing body parts, and then come to find out after the FBI got involved, they realized it was the person that ran the morgue at Harvard. The person, I can't remember what he was, some type of manager or something like that. I don't think he was a teacher, but he ran the morgue there and had, stuff. And apparently he was selling these body parts online. He was stealing money from, and actually I think he was even coordinating with some, I can't remember. I know it had something to do, and it linked all back to Harvard. The guy got arrested. He's obviously not working there anymore. But there was still this huge market, this black market of purchasing. Now, granted, I don't believe people went out there and, unalived people specifically for their bones. I don't think that was the case. I think what happened is people died naturally. And those people that donated their bodies and their organs and, stuff to educate others, they were the ones that were being, they're what they were giving. Like, I'm an organ donor. I want my organs to go to help somebody live. I'm not an organ donor for science. I understand science is important, but my organs inside of my body, I want to help bring life to somebody else. I don't want to be a guinea pig. I don't want to be a project. I don't want to be, education. And you guys know I believe in education and everything. But if I'm going to desecrate my body and allow a doctor to come and pull out my organs out of my body, then those organs better be used to breathe life into somebody else. Otherwise, keep my crap where it belongs, inside my body. That's where I'm come from. You want to drain every bit of blood out of me? Do it. I'm universal. Like, you can use me everywhere, right? So drain the blood, drain the organs, make sure it goes to somebody that needs it. I'm not a scientific project. So that's just how I feel about it. But, I don't think that these people were going out, but you never know, right? Let's think about it. You literally never know. Can you imagine them being short on an order, right? We need 15 vertebrates. We need 15 vertebrates over in Portland, Oregon. We're on back order. We're on back order for vertebrates. Okay, well then go find me a vertebrate. I mean, you don't know. It sounds funny. We're making light of it, but it's serious. Yeah, maybe these people didn't die from a homicide just to get their stuff. But what if we do come across that sicko that chooses to do that? All right, we spent enough time on that. We've got 1, 2, 3. We got a few more things, and then we're going to, where's my time? Okay, I'm doing good on time. This one's a little bit of a, this is one of those moments. You guys know that I love law enforcement. I back the blue. I back the blue even in my county. And I try to support law enforcement as much as I personally can, right? As much as I personally can. I'm always there. If there's something that our law enforcement needs, I'm at those county commission meetings, making sure that stuff gets pushed through. So it always upsets me when I have to come down on law enforcement. But a lot of the reasons why I come down on law enforcement is not really to come down on them. It's really to open my audience's eyes up to understand that our law enforcement are human and they make human mistakes and no one is perfect. And that's really why I bring up things like when they make a mistake in a case. For example, a prime example of that is in Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie's case. They uprooted a complete search and moved it 45 minutes away because they had a lead. They were following a scent, but come to find out that scent was for a different fugitive on the run, not Brian Laundrie. So they had literally took the, and they did find a fugitive. It was just the wrong fugitive in a completely wrong area. And it still took them weeks and weeks and weeks before they finally found Brian. Now, I can personally tell you, I searched the area with friends for weeks looking for Brian out there in Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park. I would go over to Carlton Reserve. So every morning coming in, I'd hit Carlton Reserves, then I'd hit Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park, and then I went over to Brian Laundrie's front door. That was my schedule. And then when I went home, I did the same thing. I packed up, I hit Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park and went back to Carlton Reserve and then went on home. I did that every single day for weeks just to see what was going on, just to get a lay of the land. And I was always, and I've said it publicly, even back then, I don't understand why they didn't leave some people on this side searching going in and move other people on that side searching going in. So you had two sides going in. They didn't do that. They opened up the Myakkahatchee Creek Park to the public while there was a man on the run that was armed and dangerous. It was a pretty scary time during that. But I digress. We had to call law enforcement out for some of the horrible information they were perpetrating and explaining to people, like the water being up to here. Out there in Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park, there may have been places where there was water up to here, and that was in the canal. I can tell you that the whole time I was there, which was literally days after Brian Laundrie went missing, I can personally tell you I didn't have to swim anywhere. Okay? I was not on an ATV. I did not have a boat. I was on foot. And I made it through that environmental park many, many times throughout that. And again, didn't fall into water and didn't have water up to here. So you can imagine when I'm hearing a Fort Myers chief or sheriff up there telling our audience that there's water up to here, making it difficult for searching and failing to disclose, yes, over in Carlton Reserve, not over here in Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park, where Brian Laundrie was eventually found. Anyways, I digress. This is not that to this tune. This officer here really, really has me hot under the collar. There's a level of corruption here. So the FBI has arrested an Arkansas sheriff. So this is a Southwest Arkansas sheriff. This is Hot Springs County Sheriff. Now, Hot Springs, we're very familiar with. We love Hot Springs, Arkansas. If you're not familiar with why I say we love Hot Springs, Arkansas, it is because our case, Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner's family is from Hot Springs, Arkansas. Crystal Turner had a home that her and Kylan could have moved into in Hot Springs, Arkansas. And as a matter of fact, Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner had actually updated and upgraded their trip back to Arkansas after they got married. They never made it. They were killed before that. So I'm kind of, I almost want to digress to Diane because I don't know her situation in there. And this is true. So the U.S. Attorney's Office of Western District of Arkansas said that in a statement that the FBI agents arrested Hot Springs County Sheriff Scott Finkbeiner on Thursday. According to the affidavit from the FBI Special Agent Brian Ambrose, Finkbeiner helped impede a drug investigation. I believe probable cause exists to show how Derek Scott Finkbeiner corruptly endeavored to obstruct, influence, and impede an official proceeding by attempting on multiple occasions to mislead federal investigators away from the illegal activity he knew to be occurring therein. They don't tell us really a whole lot, but they're basically saying that he could face up to 20 years. And shortly after taking office, Finkbeiner's leadership was placed in a spotlight when two of his deputies were arrested in a beating of an inmate being transported to another county. The status of their case was not immediately available Friday. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because, one, it has a level of corruption in it. It's saying that he basically lied to law enforcement, that he was diverting attention away from law enforcement. Now, this is possible. He could have taken heat for his own deputies. That is, I don't know why. If your deputies are wrong, you need to be a Grady Judd and just own it. It's, it doesn't. That's what we love about Grady Judd, is because he owns it. Even when there's problems, even in his own department, we accept it because we know it will not happen under his watch. And if it does happen under his watch, it will be resolved very, very quickly and publicly. And that's what we love. So I always frown upon any sheriff or any law enforcement because they have more of an elevated duty to have integrity, to be honest, and we vote them in office for that very specific reason. You don't have a reason to lie. You are here to run. You do a poor job, we don't hire you again. You do a great job, we extend your term. That's how the world works. That's the world in which we live. So with that being said, I'm kind of a little struck, but I feel like there's more going on here. I feel like this is one of those things where maybe the FBI didn't like the way this officer, obviously there was some type of altercation there. Could this be a pissing contest between one law enforcement outfit and another? It very well could be. I'm interested in finding out more information on this. As you can tell, this article is very, very vague. Lastly, for all of our Second Amendment enthusiasts that love guns, and you just gotta have one, right? You just gotta have one. Well, right now there is a Florida roofing company that is offering an AR-15 and a turkey today, or throughout this week. It's a Florida roofing company. If you live in Florida and you were hit by Ian and you need a new roof and you like guns and you like turkey, this one business might be for you. It might be for you. Let me see where it's Easy Roof. Easy Roof. Easy Roof. So if you are a Florida resident, you need a new roof, holidays are coming. You want the Christmas gift and the turkey. Boom. Roof. Like the rest of the year's holidays are done. All you need to do is buy a roof. All you need to do is buy a roof. Okay. So I was hoping to spend about an hour on this stuff, but it looks like the morning stuff only went about 30 minutes, a little over 33 minutes. Now we're going to get started on the real part of our live, which is two cases and two cases only. It is a father and a son. We ran not yesterday, but on Saturday about this horrible case, and we were hearing awful things. And the father, what we learned that day is that around 2 o'clock, a father called law enforcement to say that he shot his son, and he waited for law enforcement to get there. Now, I looked into this person's background. Obviously they have, some traffic tickets. Obviously not what I'm accustomed to seeing in a situation like this. I'm always accustomed to seeing lengthy criminal records, drugs, alcohol, a lot of problems in families. We have like the Alec Murdaugh of society, where they keep it, under the rug pretty well. They keep it, DL. We have a lot of people that a lot of families that can do that. So when I heard this story for the first time, I think the first moments, it's like you look into this, you're hearing this story, you're looking at the neighborhood, and you're like, who are these people? Let me do some preliminary backgrounds on these people. And you're looking at them, you're seeing a father that obviously has worked very hard, built himself up a life. They have multiple investment properties. The house that they purchased was close to $1 million. You're starting to see this picture being painted of a family, a normal family, probably has normal problems just like the rest of us. children in school, we know our children can be unstable at times, and we just do our best and just try to get through life and get our kids on solid ground so they can start on with their life, right? So hearing this whole story about a father shooting his son, it was really hard to digest. His son wasn't a little boy. His son was 21 years old, obviously an adult. But law enforcement was coming out talking about domestic violence and really kind of painting this picture that this family was just engulfed in family violence. Well, here's my problem with that. If that's the case, we should be able to see that, right? We should have it well documented. If this father is abusive and there's a lot of abuse in the home, he can't control himself, we should be having a lot more out there about his inability to control his own behavior. And I'm talking about the father. I didn't see that. It doesn't mean it didn't exist. I understand that. Just because it's not reported doesn't mean it's not happening. So I'm taking that into consideration. I promise you I am. But all this stuff, we've been doing this for a long time. All the red flags that I normally see almost right off the bat, I wasn't seeing in this case. So it just had me digging a little deeper and a little deeper. And that's why I was cautioning everybody. I was like, look, we're not getting a whole lot of information. I read everything I could find. I mean, it was literally a lot of vague information. You couldn't really make heads or tails. They didn't tell you who the aggressor was. They were leaning toward the father, talking about the father, he's maybe arrested pending interview. We're dealing with a 21-year-old boy in a house that has a gunshot wound. So I thought, well, there are, more details that are starting to come out about this case. I still believe that there's more to this story than this. But the one thing I have a problem with here is his son didn't receive one gunshot wound. That's my problem. That's my problem. Because I sit there and put myself in the shoes as a parent. And to think that you have to raise your gun to your own child. And then to think that you have, and now I'm putting this in, what would justify a father to shoot a son? So now, naturally, the theory, I'm playing this theory. Not that it's true theory. I don't want to upset people. I don't want to, I am not victim shaming this. I'm playing the tape through of all possibilities. And this possibility is one that I came up with. His son is losing his crap. Maybe he's charging with a knife. We don't know because we don't have details. It's possible. Okay, that's where we're living right now because we don't have information. It's possible. So you're in fear for your life. You see your own child. You pick up your gun and you have the wherewithal to pull that trigger once. Right? Shakes you out. Oh my God, I had to shoot my son. Where did the second shot come from? Because I can tell you, I don't know a parent out there that can make the first shot, let alone the second. Let alone the second. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Michelle. Oh, shoot. Today was the day, wasn't it? Crap. Okay, so this is what we're going to do later today. Today is like completely slam-packed for me today. Once we get off here, but I've got to get the change and just reminded me because somebody was telling Michelle, thank you for being a bronze member. Thank you for being a member of the Bullhorn Betty channel, a new member by the way. But we're changing our levels and we have a contest going on. And there's been just some stuff going on here that I put it on the back burner. So I promised my mods I was going to get the stuff done yesterday. I didn't. So I got to get the stuff together. So as soon as my live is done, I'm going to put it on the list. Name changes. So I'm going to put the name. So today is literally your last day. I'm going to be putting the slides together for all the names. We're going to vote on the names. We are changing our membership levels, and the coffee club gets to choose what those level names are going to be. If you got something clever, send it in like before the live is over, okay? And I'll add it to the list. I'll add it to the list. But we are definitely committed to getting away from the, bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. Okay, that is so old school. And I think when I heard, I love Duty Ron. I don't watch him much anymore because he's pissed me off over a little, but I still like him, right? I think he's a good guy. And anyways, so when I started realizing him and I had the same levels, I'm like, okay, me and Duty Ron, we have absolutely polar opposite personalities. I can't do it. So I'm just behind. It's still the same. Whoever wins gets a free shirt, gets a free baseball cap. Pick one or the other. It doesn't really matter to me. But it's just going to be delayed. Okay. It's just going to be delayed. So it'll be fashionably late. All right, guys. So here it is. He's arrested. The father did get arrested. He is charged with second-degree murder. I still, even with the whole knowing that that his son was shot multiple times, I'm praying to God it was only 2. If I find out it's more than that, that guy is toast. His dad's done. But even the second shot, I think that's the one that put law enforcement over the edge, because if you're in fear for your life, it's going to be hard enough to pull the trigger the first time, especially to your own child that you love. I don't understand the second shot. And I think that might have to be how law enforcement is kind of feeling about it. Give me just a second. This is another one that kind of went the wrong way. We might have to play no, here it is.
You're present for you, Mr. Contreras. Mr. Quintero, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning again, or good afternoon now. The court is correct. This is right now a non-bondable offense. We do have to go before the assigned judge for an Arthur hearing. So there's really not a lot the court can do at this time in this situation. Mr. Contreras, your other attorney is on his way to see you, and he will be at TGK in a few minutes to see you once you get done with this hearing, okay?
Okay, thank you. Good luck with your case, Mr. Contreras.
Thank you, Judge. It was great seeing you.
Bye-bye now, Mr. Quintero.
Bye-bye.
So as you witnessed there, in many cases like this, you saw David in that green jumpsuit, right? That is what I call, no offense to the turtle gang. It's what I call the turtle suit, okay? It's the turtle suit. That's what everybody here in Manatee County calls that thing, the turtle suit. And basically what it is that man is completely nude under that. They put that on you. They take literally everything away from you, including your undergarments. They do that because when they feel in a situation like this, they realize that people aren't, even if it was an accident, this is not an accident by any stretch of this is a poor decision, in my opinion. But either way, they psychologically, they know that this has got to be the worst day of your life. You're dealing with a lot of emotions, and they are responsible for taking care of you. And they're responsible to make sure that you're not a harm to yourself or to others. And in a lot of situations where people are thinking the unthinkable, they're dealing with the unthinkable, they just want to no longer think about it. And they start making actions to not have to deal with it. So that's a turtle suit. It's a suicide vest. It's basically, you're there, you have nothing under you. You're in an isolation. You're by yourself. You can't have shoelaces. You can't have silverware. You can't have anything. It's a miserable few days. And then once he sees a psych professional or a doctor, they will say he's not a harm to himself or to others. And then they will dress him out. and allow him. They'll most likely keep him segregated, especially in Miami-Dade. It's a dangerous place. There's a lot of dangerous criminals in that area, just like any other place, right? Even Moscow, Idaho, right? A place where the only monster is Brian Koberger, but he's still a monster and has to be kept away from other people because they're worried about the other people hurting that monster. Same thing. I feel I feel bad for this situation. I really do. But here's some new details that were emerging. Let me make sure I got these all up here, because there was one that just came out just a little bit ago, and I want to make sure that I have the newest stuff. There it is, 12. Is that the one? Okay, that is the one that we're on right now. Okay, so this is the story. I was just showed you guys the video. That's what it is. Okay. So here's some information. I'm going to read through it because there's some enlightening information that I read this morning. I just can't remember which article I read it in. So I'm just going to read these articles so that you guys are all caught up to snuff with this. So a father accused of shooting and killing his son in Kendall on Friday appeared before a judge in bond court Sunday for the first time since his arrest. According to the arrest affidavit from Miami-Dade police, David Contreras, 52, shot the victim multiple times for unknown reasons. That was the first thing that I read in this article that kind of gave me pause, because like I said, I can't imagine. You guys know my situation. I had stepkids and I have my grandkids. And as trying as some of the times were with the stepchildren, I can't imagine. And you guys know I have a gun, right? I'm a concealed weapons permit holder. I value the protection of a gun, and I also value, the harm it can cause. You got to be responsible. I have never, ever, ever in my entire life of ever shooting or holding a gun. I mean, outside of being a young kid with a water gun, I've ever pointed a gun at somebody. I've never had to ever raise my loaded gun to anybody. It's something that I hope I never, ever, ever, ever have to do. I never want to do it. But to think that like one of my grandchildren or one of my stepchildren, if it got so bad that I had to pull it out because I was in fear for my life, I can't see shooting it more than once. I'm sorry. I think that the sound and realizing that moment, I just think that even if she was still charging at me, I don't know if I would have what it takes to do it again. And this man, it says multiple, not a couple. It says multiple. I don't know how many times this father shot his son. I really don't. But this is where I'm starting to get heartburn. The defendant, so the father, called the police and informed them that he had shot his son. The shooting happened Friday at approximately 2 p.m. near the intersection of Southwest 106th Street and 84th Avenue. Eric Contreras, 21, was pronounced dead at the scene. We all know that he was at FIU. I knew it was it said Florida University. I just didn't know what the I was, but our friend Mary here informed us it meant Florida International University, and that he was a construction he was going there for construction management. Almost sounded like maybe he was trying to follow in his dad's footsteps or be a part of the family business. So I don't know what would go on, but this is it goes on to say this is a very tragic situation. He is distraught. Defense attorney Frank Contreras Jr., one of his 3 lawyers representing David, told NBC over the phone Sunday, the victim is the son of the defendant, and the victim has suffered from some severe emotional and mental conditions, and we're trying to determine what happened and why it happened. And this is what I'm saying, where we have to just take a step back. This is a very, very horrific event. And I just want to know the why factor, because in this situation, and we know looks can be deceiving. We know that things go on behind people's closed doors. But there is no, like, you get a few red flags. I couldn't find the red flags. I'm sure there are some here, but I just think that there was more going on in this house. Something happened, and I'm not saying that his father's not temperamental. I'm not saying that his father isn't a loose cannon at times. I don't know. I'm not saying he is or isn't. I have no way to determine that one way or the other. But his son was 21 years old, so he obviously hadn't killed him yet. And we have to think that his son did some pretty stinking, crazy, wild stuff in his team, like we all have done. And if he didn't kill him through that, why would he be now ready to shoot and kill and unalive his son that's in college? There's something going on here. And I even brought up the mental aspect of it because, unfortunately, this is a common theme I'm seeing with our young children. They are being told that they have all these problems, that life isn't fair. Poor me, poor me, poor me. They have mentally destroyed a lot of our children in this world, in our country, right? In our country, they have destroyed a lot of people's ways of thinking, because here, for the last few generations of school, several years of schooling, right? Everything has been, it hasn't really been about education. Think about it. My mom and I were just having a conversation about the kids in our education system this day and age. When I went to school, our schools taught us how to drive. They taught us how to cook. They taught us how to sew clothes. They taught us how to type on a typewriter. They taught us how to fix things in shop. They taught us how to woodwork. They taught us about the law. They taught us about science. There was no arguments over what anatomy gets to use what bathroom. We didn't have those arguments there. If you're a boy, you go into a boy's bathroom. If you're a girl, you go into a girl's bathroom. It's not about how you feel. It's about your biology as to what bathroom you go in. I'm not going to get into, how people feel about who they are as a person. That's for each individual person alone. I have, to each their own. I have nothing to do with that. The bathroom thing with the kids, it is strictly biology. If you have a penis, you need to go in the boys' bathroom. If you have a vagina, you go into a girl's bathroom. If you look like a female but have a penis, unfortunately, you belong in a male's bathroom, because young girls should not be subjected to that. And if people have a problem with my stance, I'm sorry. It's how I feel. It's my personality. It is my opinion. It is how I think and how I function. But I also have all of our children's health in mind, not just a few. So there's a big difference in my philosophy and how I think about it. Do I feel bad for the kids that are, like boys trapped in girls' bodies and vice versa? Yes, I do. I feel very, very bad for that. And hopefully, that person has to make those decisions for that person's self, because it's a very personal decision. And they have to make a decision on how they're going to live their life. Okay? It's not for me to decide how I'm going to be. I'm going to treat a person like a person, no matter what kind of gadgets they have downstairs. I promise you that. That's something they have to deal with for themselves. However, I have grandchildren, and I don't want a girl with a penis in the bathroom with my grandchildren, my female grandchildren that have vaginas. Sorry. That's just how I feel. Maybe in adults, if that's what adults want to do, I think that's fair. Adults can share bathrooms. I have our children. That's where, if we want to go that realm for our adults, then we can have that conversation. But when it comes to our children, I just think we need to protect them and shelter them from that type of stuff as long as possible. That's just how I feel. Treat others based on how they treat me only. Yeah, I know. I do that, right? And people are a little highly offended. Well, you came to me with that attitude, I'm going to give it right back to you. And that's what people have a problem with me. They keep saying, oh, we just need to prove she doesn't have thick skin. Really? You need to prove I don't have thick skin. I brought this on myself because I have thick skin. I want you to go back and think about that and think how unstable and irrational that statement is, and the person that made it. That sounds like somebody that's highly jealous and has emotional issues, right? You want to punish somebody because you want to prove to them that they don't have as thick a skin as they think they do? That sounds like some ghetto, childish ass bullshit, if you ask me. So you know who you are that said that. As a matter of fact, you met me personally. Shame on you. And you wonder why nobody pays attention to you. You wonder why you never got that child adopted, because you're a piece of shit. You're welcome, courtesy of the Bullhorn Betty channel. But I shouldn't get into the drama. I love it when people can talk all the smack, but when it comes hitting their door, and believe me, this will be back on their front door before long, right? They're always taking those early victory laps. Just saying. So what do you guys think? I'm gonna read comments. Now's the perfect time for you guys to start throwing some stuff into the chat. I will open the phone lines up if you like. But what do you think would bring? What do you personally think happened in this situation? I know we've all had our own experiences in life with parents. Some of us had amazing upbringings, amazing childhoods. Some of us did not. Some of us had, it was really good when it was really good, but it was really bad when it was really bad. That's really me. I had an amazing childhood until I didn't. Right? So it's, sometimes it's the I can tell you, I didn't get killed. We had some craziness going on, but I'm here. I feel bad for the ones that aren't, that had to suffer. I'd like to know, we did have somebody reach out on a comment saying that they were just shocked that they knew this family, I actually think they, if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember what it was, but it seemed almost appreciative because I took such a mild approach to this case. And when I take these mild approaches, it's because I really don't know which way to go. When I say, like, we're about to start talking about Summer Wells, right? And when I went out there and I found out the information, you cannot change my mind. Okay, this is where we have this one. You can change my mind all day long because I don't know what happened. I'm only taking the information that law enforcement gave us, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on in this case. We know something happened, but Summer Wells is much different. I know many people here have been following the Summer Wells. Many of you guys are following me as a direct result of the work that I did on the Summer Wells case. Summer Wells is another one of those cases that really struck a chord with me. We were not going to follow this case. We were not going to get involved. And when I say we, I'm talking about JLR, Olivia, and myself, because that's who we worked with at that time. We were all, we were all independent, but we worked together as a unit. And it was an amazing experience. We were able to take all of our strengths and all of our weaknesses and really go and do some good in this case. And that's exactly what we did. Summer Wells disappeared on June 15th, 2021. It was in the afternoon after kind of this allegedly busy day. When you first heard about this story, you felt bad for the parents. Literally, maybe 24 or 48 hours. I felt bad for the parents. But then the behavior of the father, the behavior of the mother, when I started seeing them do the interviews and the words that they were saying, something was not adding up for me, because I have never heard parents talk about their missing child the way Don and Candace were talking about their missing child. And I'm telling you that even to this day, I have never heard another father go up there, talk about with a straight face about how he believes his daughter is being just abused in the worst type of ways and not break down and cry. It was just appalling to me. Something was seriously wrong. We never got involved in this case until about 6 months after it happened. And there are reasons. It's not that we weren't talking about it. I know people out there would love to just fill you with a bunch of lies about why, about how being a click and a view and stuff like that. Let me tell you, back in those days, we didn't make any money. We sold stuff to cover these cases. So all this clicks and views and all that nonsense is BS. It's BS. I don't even know if I was even monetized at the time. I may have very well been. I just don't remember. Or I may have been shortly thereafter. I have no idea. Either way, we went out there. And one of the reasons why we didn't get involved in the case is because we were told not to get involved with the case because it was too dangerous. That this was in the backwoods of Tennessee. People shoot first, ask questions later, that they would not be too kind to the people, the kind of us, right? That we were just the worst people in the world. Well, you know what? They were all liars. The only worst person in the world was, I don't even want to say his name, the crazed lunatic that thinks he can assault women, the one that's a felon that keeps going back and forth to jail and still thinks he's somebody here on the streets of YouTube. He was the only violent person there. He was the only one that we had to worry about. And he actually went from Texas to Tennessee in an effort to cause harm, which is a very, very dangerous and illegal thing to do after publicly saying it, by the way. But you know what? I digress. He's learning because he's been charged. I didn't have to get him put in jail. He puts himself in jail. I just have to sit back and wait, right? Just wait for them to F up again, and they're going right back to jail. But meanwhile, the same people that are saying that we would be in jail keep going back to jail. I just find that awfully funny. Awfully funny. Either way. When we got there, one of the first things that we learned is how high that property is compared to all other properties in the immediate area and all the other properties in the immediate area with little girls. Let's not forget that requirement. A little girl that's accessible, right? That's what we're looking for. That's what Don's saying. His child was kidnapped, that they scaled a freaking mountain to get to his daughter when the daughter around the corner was available in the front yard. It doesn't make sense. Then you have idiots going out there, muddying up all the water. Every last one of them should be in jail, and that includes Cam and Allie. Every last one of them should be in jail, including Cam and Allie. And I stand behind that 100. 100, I stand behind that. We went out there. We didn't give a rat's ass what anybody else said. We did our own thing. We went and interviewed people. We would just roll up on people. And start getting out and recording people and start interviewing right there. We didn't give them a time to think that, wait a minute, we don't want to talk to you. We didn't do that. We wanted to know what the hell was going on and how much information can we get as quickly as possible. We learned very quickly that there was some unsavory relationship going on between Candace and Hunter. I know a lot of people want to deny it. And I love Hunter's mom. I know people have talked down about her. I know people have put her through the ringers. She doesn't have a lot of everything. She's not a perfect mom. And she doesn't want to believe that Candace would hurt her son. I respect that. Some people they can't handle it. They can't handle the truth. I can tell you that under my investigation, unfortunately, it's telling an opposite story. So with that being said, for the most part, they were as honest with us as possible. We were able to find a lot of information. We had all the people there. We were able to question them all at one time and decipher which statements didn't jive with the other statements. We learned that the majority of the family, Hunter's family, do believe that he and Candace had an unhealthy and unnatural relationship. I do believe that the story down at the water hole is funky. We know that the truck was there. They said, this is what was said. These are some of the discrepancies that we have. Might as well go ahead and throw these out there because people want to sit there and talk about this case and act like they know what they're talking about. Let me tell you what we found out. We were told that Candace went to the water hole, right? They went to the water hole for a few, 20, 30 minutes to wait for Grandis's prescription to be filled, and then they decided to go on the rest of their day. That is a lie. There were 2 trips to that water hole that day. 2. I spoke to the, where the horse stables are. I spoke to the people there. And I asked them about that day and if they physically saw Summer Wells that day, and they did. So I know that and this is years ago, guys. So when the people were trying to allege that she was already dead before that date and they wanted to crucify me over that, I knew for a fact that that was a lie because I had multiple witnesses that had put Summer Wells in that water hole that day. What we didn't know is, why did Candace leave and come back? Did she leave her daughter in the water when she left and came back? Up there at the horse stables, they said the car was there, or the truck was there, the white truck was there, that they got in it, it left for a little while, and it came back. So there's one that people aren't talking about, that I know for a fact without 100% down. Why? Because I took my ass out there to find the answers that needed to be found. I didn't speculate about them. I didn't make them up, and I didn't pull them out of my ass. This is really what happened. Summer was unattended. I don't know where Candace or Hunter went, but the whole thing about them all being around the truck, that was not true. They were there, but I don't know where they were. The other thing that we were told that many people are now coming out and saying is the fact that Candace left her home twice that day. She left her home twice. She told everybody when she realized Summer was gone, which we all said, why would you get in the car and drive away from the place that she was last seen? It doesn't make sense. Everything with this case doesn't make sense. Why? Because the parents are guilty as hell. We're 2 years in this investigation and the parents have not been cleared. That is the first person that they are going to be clearing. If you watch any forensic files, if you watch any detective shows, if you have any brain cells, and yes, I mean that because I know the people that come here have brain cells. So I'm not talking to you. But the people that don't have brain cells, and there's a plethora of them on here, on YouTube. Oh, this is where I was. As a matter of fact, here's a message from Bullhorn Betty, literally at the water hole and at the horse stables. Here it is. This is taken right there.
Andrea, aka Bullhorn Betty here. Look what I found. It looks like a lot of people on YouTube. Right here. Right here. This is a real ass right here. Like many people on YouTube. All you need to do is show an asshole a little love. Right? Right? Tell him. What you need to do? What you need to do? Huh? What you need to do? Oh, too many assholes on YouTube. Say it. Say it with me, baby. Say there's just too many people. Too many people on YouTube that look like you, huh? So the next time you want to be an ass, maybe you should come out here and hang out with the ass. Just saying. You want to be a jackass? There's your brother. Peace out. Bullhorn Betty style.
Just saying. I mean, it is relevant. That was Summer Wells' first year milestone of her disappearance. Out there at that very spot where Summer Wells was at, where a lot of the information is derived from. Because we hear Hunter go on and saying about how he was down there, he's looking, Summer. When did he do that? He said he was at the truck. We determined he was not. Another thing that we found out, and this is starting to come out, again, called liars, had people telling me I'm the worst person in the world because I'm just a liar. Remember, all I know how to do is lie, right? I'm the liar. No. The people misrepresenting this case to you that had you go to your wallet and go and pay Don and Candace money. Shame on them. And shame on you, for a matter of fact. I hope you guys are coming over to Bullhorn Betty's side, because we're not going to ask you to support monsters on our channel. And we're going to use common sense to say, hey, even if we don't know, it's a possibility this could be a monster. We cannot financially support them. Let's sit back and wait until we learn a little more information. These other channels didn't do that. They were too busy pointing the finger and calling me a liar and lying directly to your face for profit. To your face for profit. And you know what it is? I told everybody, and you can go back to all of my videos from 2 years ago, by the way, 2 years ago, while everybody else is changing their stance, like your crazy Cher and all those other stupid people out there, right? Now they're on the bandwagon of saying, oh, Don, but when you were asking your entire audience to fund him and his drugs and his abuse toward his own children, you're okay with that for money. But now you're dogging him for money? But I'm the problem. Don Wells, I told you guys 2 years ago, I confirmed, went to work that morning. I also maintained this entire time that Don Wells left his work between 1:30 and 2 o'clock, and I cannot confirm that he came back to work. And I further stated that with Hunter's statement of saying that Don called, finding out where Candace was and when she was going to be home, and the fact that he had his sons, when she pulled up and her sons were at home, i.e., that meant Don came home. And nobody wanted to believe me. All a lie. But let crazy Cher, the flip-flopper, the one that has just had her hand out, has done shit for Summer Wells or this case, except sit there with her hands out making money off the back of this little girl with all of her BS, her nonsense, all of her lies. And everybody just forgets the 2 years of her peddling lies to her own audience for profit. Now she's to the flip side, right? Now it's, oh, Don did it. Yeah, he did it when I was doing it. He did it when you criticized me for profit. He did it while you were calling me a liar for profit. And now all of a sudden you say it and everybody's supposed to believe it. I said it first, bitch. It's so funny. People can call me a liar until the proof is in the pudding. And then what do you got? Just what do you have? We went out there to do this job for this young girl. We did it. We knew what happened. We came back and told you all. Now that everybody's starting to catch up 2 years later, now you understand why you come to the Bullhorn Betty channel to get your information when I have my boots on the ground. Why? Because you'll get the correct information 2 years before everybody else. That's why. That's why. That's why people come to this channel. It's not because they got my back 100%. It's not because I'm the sweetest person on the streets of YouTube, right? It's not because I'm just raining money to all of my people out here, right? Some people come here and literally watch me and just like, I can't stand her. But she's got the news. She's got the information. And it's so funny. And even these haters, they'll go like, I didn't hear anything about that. And then a week or two later, we're like, well, sorry you heard it from me. Just because you didn't hear it from mainstream media doesn't mean it didn't happen. This is the wave of social media. This is, I'm glad that like Brian Enton and other people like Vincent, Vinnie Politan, I'm glad they're on social media. That's one hurdle that they don't have to worry about. All these small outfits, all these small news organizations, they're screwed. They're screwed because your news, I hate to break it to you, it's not going to be coming from ABC and another or local ABC in another couple years. You're going to be getting it from your local YouTuber, right? We're going to be the new sector of news, and people don't believe it. People are sitting there saying, there's no way. There's no way. Call me a liar. I'll see you in a couple of years, babe. I'll see you in a couple of years. So Summer Wells, we've caught her mom and dad lying. We've caught her mom and dad not searching for her. We've caught her mom and dad not participating in any event related to Summer Wells. We have watched her parents talk about other missing children, but not their own daughter. We've heard them talk about how everybody else in their life has done them wrong, but they are this moniker of truth and love and what good parents should be. We've watched with our own eyes. Now, granted, if you guys want to be delusional and don't want to see the forest for the trees, that is your right. That really is your right. Nobody should deter you. If you think that this family is just being picked on, that I just don't like them, that I just want to hurt them, that law enforcement, Hawkins County is just out to get these parents, that they are so special that they should have all this attention and everybody's being so unfair to this family. It's everybody else. It's everybody else. It's not them. You have a right to choose that. You have a right to believe that. Nobody has a right. I mean, if you want to change your mind, change your mind. If you don't. But you ain't changing mine. Because I actually, and I don't care, there's only a few of us. There's only a few of us that have earned the right to discuss this case. I'm sorry. Everybody will, and I can't take their right away. But if you didn't get off your ass and even go and look at where she was abducted from, you have no business talking to your audience about what happened to that little girl. Because you are spreading misinformation. You. Every time you talk and open your mouth about something you have no clue about, there's only a few of us that have an opportunity and the right to really speak about this case with authority and facts. And those are the people that actually went and got those facts. There's only a few of us. Justice for All, Marissa, JLR, Olivia. We have Stinton Has the Soup, Smiley, Don B. I mean, these are people that actually got off their ass and went out there and looked into this case. And while none of us really get along and really care about, we're not buddy-buddy, Trevor, thank you. While we're not buddy-buddy, we don't talk, we all come to the same conclusion. So every person that gets off their ass and goes out and does the job, we all come to the same conclusion. But you got the armchair detectives that are telling you, pour them, give them thousands upon thousands to crackheads and alcoholics. Oh, by the way, they can't afford, with the thousands of dollars that you're putting in their pocket, they can't afford their $10 a month child support payment. You need to pay that too. You need to pay that too. But they want their children back. They want their children back so much, they refuse to go to alcohol treatment. They refuse to go to parenting classes. They refuse to get sober. And here's the kicker. And they refuse to pay the $10 child support monthly payment. The people on YouTube are idiots. The shares out there are con artists. They have flip-flopped you guys from one side to the other to get your money, and you know that's true because you watched how she was before, bringing him up. She wasn't calling law enforcement. She wasn't helping law enforcement. You know who did that? We did that. We spent over 4 hours, documented, by the way, because we recorded it, right? There's no dispute. We spent time with the detectives for Summer Wells, that we handed over information we found to those law enforcement. What has Cher done? What has she done? What has Cam really done? And everybody is still, and this is what pisses me off and why I am running this story about Summer Wells today, is because none of these damn people that are covering her case give a shit about her. Because I have put out there, we can help this case if somebody would pick up the phone. I am not reaching out to all of these creators that have been making bank off Summer Wells' back. If you truly want to help her, I am still waiting for the first person to send me an email to find out how we can get this case out of Hawkins County and into the state of Tennessee so we can get this case closed. You know what they do? Tonight at 5 o'clock, we're going to be discussing the Summer Wells case. We're not going to discuss how we can help her. We all know Dawn and Candace did it, so how many more times are you going to put that on your show? That Candace and Dawn are responsible. No shit! What are you going to do about it? Because I've been saying that song and dance 2 years ago, and if you're just now catching up, who the hell needs to be watching you? That's all I'm saying. If you guys want meaningful resolution for Summer Wells, let's get together and do it. But those content creators need to reach out to me. Because I have been strategizing on this for 2 years. While they've been over there talking about the same shit, I've been sitting here trying to figure out how we can really, truly get help for Summer Wells. So if somebody's up for that, then you guys need to reach out to me. Because I'm telling you, it is a coordinated effort. It needs to be a lot of people in place to carry this out. But if you truly want to help, there is a path forward. And it's not talking about the same song and dance we've been talking about for the last 2 years. Dawn and Candace did something to that little girl. I don't care whether you believe it or not. It's not my problem. It's not my problem whether you believe the truth or not. Common sense should be telling you. Common sense. The first telltale sign that should be ringing true in everybody's brain is the fact that they haven't been cleared after 2 freaking years. That is your first clue. First. So I get a little passionate when it comes to Summer Wells. I'm sure people are going to, oh my God, Bullhorn Betty was raging. Yeah. You know what? I was raging. I was raging for a little girl's case that hasn't been solved while everybody is still bleeding the life out of her. She's got no life left. But these hyenas, whatever's left on the carcass, let's nibble it off. Meanwhile, doing absolutely nothing for Summer Wells. You guys want to help Summer Wells? We'll start making trips out there. If that's what you need, I trust our ability to get shit done. I don't trust anybody's ability that wants to sit at home and do absolutely nothing but research Google. We do that from here. And how many times have we found multiple mistakes? So they're peddling information that's not, they don't even know it's not true because they just refuse to get off their butts and do anything. I'm sorry, a little raw. Woo! It's been hot. Getting hot in here. So take up all your clothes. I'm not a rapper. I'm more of a country singer, right? I'm more of a country singer. I'm not a rapper. I'm kind of like Leanna Rimes, right? Leanna Rimes. Blue, oh, so lonesome for you. Why can't you be blue over me? Little fun, right? That's my voice. And I love that song. I love that song. What is the other one? I can do a lot. As long as it's, I don't know. I can do a lot of R&B. I can do. I'm just not a rapper. I can't do rap. I can do country and I can do R&B. That's it. You know what? I'm trying. Hey, one day you never know. I might be able to do the Whitney Houston rendition of our national anthem. When I get there, I'm singing. Okay, I'm quitting my day job and I'm going into singing. Right? 3 o'clock in the morning, here I am. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Probably off key. I need my thing. No, I should stop. I got nothing better to do over here, right? I got nothing better to do over here except bitch about Summer Wells, right? And the idiots. Like, and I want to make sure that, like, the people that were out there with me, they know I'm not calling them idiots. Like, I doubt Justice for All is like, why is Betty being mean to me? He's probably sitting over there. Yeah, Betty's right. Yeah, yep, right? Because he knows I'm not talking about him. Why? Because he was right there by my side. You guys don't realize how much work we put into Summer Wells. And you know what? I don't know if I'll ever put that much work into another case like that again. We were totally brutalized because they wanted to peddle lies while we were trying to peddle the truth. And that's what we're up against here, because evil trumps good on YouTube. People are in for the clicks. They don't care about the information or whether it's true or not. They want to sit here and say, oh, Betty's lying because she said that he was at the Army Reserves instead of the National Reserves. Yeah, that was insignificant. I was talking about the man on the run, the fact that he probably is somewhere near his car. I could give two craps what rank or what entity he is in military. The bottom line is he's military. That's the point. But it's just the stupidness, the pettiness. And here we go again. And it's like, I keep coming on here and everybody's just blowing up thousands and thousands of views over Summer Wells saying the same exact crap over and over again. And nobody's even caring about trying to really help. So you guys, I'm going to put it on your shoulders. You guys need to go find the good. And I don't need, there's content creators that don't go out in the field. Like Jay is for Justice. At least she takes her time and really thoroughly looks at her cases. But even like Jay is for Justice, she doesn't really go out. But we could use her help in getting campaigns done and stuff like that. So go out there to your creators and the ones that truly want to help. The ones that are here to make an impact and help these cases, not just for the clicks and views, not just for their cash apps on misrepresented, conning you guys out of money right before Christmas. I'm talking about legit help. Like the stuff that I'm asking you guys to do is going to cost you your time. I'm not even asking for $1. I'm curious what other creator can say that, right? What other creator can say that? I don't even want you guys giving a dime. Not 1 red cent. I just want your time and effort. Who can say that? Who can say that? Go out there, find some creators, tell them that we are trying to get some stuff going. We really want to help Summer Wells' case. We're tired of it being on our rosters. We want her case moving forward. We want her, I'm going to say her parents, but we want whoever did this to her behind bars. And if that's what it's going to take, me saying whoever it is and letting you guys figure it out that it's the parents, I think, okay. All right, whatever. I think the people that truly believe that these people couldn't hurt their daughter are in for a rude awakening at some point, because I stand behind my work and I know my work was legit and I know how much work was in it and I know how much due diligence we did. This is when we were young. We were literally cross-reference. We were like over cross-referencing. Like we were so scared to make a mistake in the Summer Wells case that we did more work than was required to make sure that we were on point with everything with that case. on point with everything. And we still have the idiots saying, oh, no, you're a liar. The parents didn't do it. Here's their Cash App. Go give them money. Oh, no. I mean, give me the money on my Cash App and I will give them the money. Let's not forget those. You send me the money and I'll make sure Don and Candace get the money, right? At 50 cents on the dollar. I can't. It's too exhausting. It's becoming too exhausting to be on here. All right, guys. There's my, we had fun at the beginning. We kind of got a little, and then I kind of got a little, over the Summer Wells case. And it's just like, I'm going to tell you guys this. This is what's going to end up happening. And I'm going to tell you because I don't lie. People want to say I lie. I've never come after somebody without them knowing I'm going after them because I'm not a sneaky bitch. Excuse my language. I know there's pastors. Sorry, I cussed a few times. I'm just trying to raise money. I'm trying to raise money for Jen Santinello. So forgive my cussing. If anybody wants to donate to our swear jar for all of my cussing, please consider doing so. Every single penny that says it's for the cuss jar or swear jar will 100% of the proceeds will go in here. When this is full, whatever is in here, we're sending to Jennifer Santinello, whatever's in here. So if you guys want to participate in the swear jar, please consider doing so. And I'd like these, if you want to do it, you can do it. I'd like it to be public because I'd like it, I know we kind of get hit here because, for example, they take 30%. So if for any reason we get say $1, right? So 70 cents actually will go into the swear jar. But the reason why I want you guys to do it through our whatever's on here, however you pay on YouTube, whatever it is, super chat, super stickers. There we go. I'd like it to be public because we're trying to bring awareness to the swear jar as well. We want other creators to reach out to Sonia and get this and start using it to collect money to help with Layla Santinello. And so if you guys can consider contributing, this is going to be one of those things where we're going to keep record of it. And once this thing, and it's got to be full, once it's full, we're going to take everything out of here. We'll count it live. And we're going to send Jennifer Santinello whatever's in here. So we'll send her whatever's in there. So if you want to participate in the cuss jar, swear jar, whatever it is, please consider doing so. If you're a content creator and you think this is a great job, please reach out to our beloved Sonia and see how you can work on doing something similar. Oh, thank you. So we've already got $5. Let me write this down because I'm going to have to go get cash. Okay, so $5, and then I will put that in there. It won't be the total $5, be less 30%, but that's not me, that's YouTube. But thank you for bringing awareness to this. So I'd really like to, is it 45? I think mine's 30. Might be, I don't know. I haven't signed a new one yet. I don't know. I don't know. Either way, I'll figure it out. But all proceeds will be going into the jar. Oh, thank you. I'll put that in the jar as well. So thank you. Getting back to Summer Wells, this is just, I guess I'm just upset. I go on here and like even the lab. I love the lab. I think the lab is good. He was really connected with Chris McDonough, which is another great person that gets off his butt, goes out there and really looks at these cases. And so it's always nice to hear both of their perspectives. They're who I consider, well, obviously Chris McDonough, he's ultra legit. But the lab, we didn't really know him too much until he came on and started working with Chris McDonough and building his channel and stuff like that. But we've all liked the lab, and I like the lab's demeanor. I don't see, he's just a kind of tell it like it is kind of guy. I love that. I don't understand why they they can do it. They just don't like the way I say things. So they hate me because they don't, that stuff isn't true, just because I talk loud, right? Everybody with disabilities are allowed to have their disabilities, but I'm not allowed to have mine. I'm deaf. I don't know how to make people understand that. I have hearing impairment. I should be wearing hearing aids. I cannot hear out of this ear at all. I'm 100% deaf in this ear. When you're on this side of me, I can't hear anything you're saying, especially in a crowded room. You could be talking to me. I have pissed so many people off. They were having conversations with me, and they just thought I was the meanest person because I wouldn't even say hi to them. I didn't even know they were saying hi to me because I couldn't hear them. It's something I've had to deal with my entire life. It is my disability. It doesn't make me stupid. It just makes me be like everybody else. Like, I can't hear. So and when you can't hear your entire life, your voice just learns to be loud. It just learns to be loud. Oh, thank you. So we got $25 raised on this show right here. Congratulations. All right, $25 for Jen Santinelli. That's how we do it. And this will be good. This is going to go to a good cause. We know she's struggling. We know that, this has not been good. We know other girls are missing from the area. It's just, it's starting to become a little too much. And I know that we need to get back out there and just start, we haven't really gone into, we still haven't gone into where we need to go. And I still haven't looked somebody eyeball to eyeball. And, I'm sorry. This is just there's just a lot of unanswered questions for me. And I think the help still needs to be there, especially now that we know that there's other girls. Do you think they might have learning disability? If you're talking about Dawn and Candace, yeah, they're both of them aren't right. Oh, the swear jar. Look at that, $45. Let me put that down. All right, guys. Awesome. $45. We have already raised this live for Jen Santinello. Thank you, guys. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. I love that. I think there's definitely something wrong. I've seen both of them. I've spoke to Candace and Dawn. I can tell you, Candace, there's something definitely wrong, with her, mentally wrong with her. Like, she's not, she's had some, you can tell she's not there, education wise, you can tell that she's devoid of a good education, good wholesome education, or things just weren't retained. You can clearly see it in the way her mannerisms, how she speaks, her speech patterns, the choice of words she used. She's very highly uneducated. Don Wells, equally uneducated, but he carries himself much, much better. He's got street smarts. He is a master manipulator. He's a conniver, and he's cunning. And and this is what I said from the beginning. Remember, guys, if you've been with me since Summer Wells, I told everybody kept calling Don Wells stupid. Remember that? How stupid he was and all this stuff. And I kept saying, everybody, you guys are underestimating that man. I was the only one that said everybody was underestimating that man. I said, that man is a very, very smart man. Book smart, not at all. Street smart, absolutely. That man is a master criminal. He's a master criminal. And he's got more experience being a criminal than he does being a drywaller. Just to put it in perspective for those in the back. He's very smart when it comes to crime. He's been in and out of prison. He has been institutionalized. These are the cases that we tell you. This is why we don't like people being a revolving door in and out of jail. They come in for stealing a candy bar and leave being a bank robber. It's only a step up when you go to prison. It's no longer rehabilitation. If it once was, it was long before I was ever born. I don't see it being rehabilitation. I see it being a way to be around more people with more skilled craft and trade and learning more skilled craft and trade. These people should not be together. They should not. This is what I have a problem with. There's a reason why when you're put on probation and sent out from jail and into our environment that you're not supposed to be associating with criminals, right? You're not supposed to be around felons, right? Why? But somehow, so that's when you get out of prison, right? But the entire time you're in prison, you can only associate with felons and misdemeanor people, criminals. But somehow, just the minute that door opens, you're not supposed to talk to any of them. Your last 5 to 10 years of your life is just over. It doesn't work like that. It just doesn't. I don't know who does. I don't know. I digress. All right, guys, it's been a wonderful day. You guys know I'm going to be, so tomorrow's going to be a little weird. Let me tell you about this right now. I know my schedule's been a little crazy. I've been completely slammed. I've been having a lot of scheduling conflicts. We'll just leave it at that. I'm leaving tomorrow to go down south. We're covering several cases down south. We're covering the 13-year-old boy that stabbed his mother. We're covering the father that shot his son. We're covering, there's 3 other cases. I'm not sure what order they're going to be in, but there's a $800,000 jewelry heist that was done by a mom and her son that I'll be covering. And then this is an older case. It's a 2022 case. But it was the sheer magnitude of the case. Just recently, the family of a suspect just won, or they settled in a suit with the Hialeah Police Department. So apparently there was a suspect, and I'm assuming that he either waved a weapon. I can't remember right off the top of my head, or if it was the car. I keep thinking it was the car or something like that. Like he was gunning the car at these officers, and they just opened fire on him, and they shoot him 122 times. Not that they were not justified in the shooting. It's just the magnitude of the amount of bullets. And the family was able to sue the police department because of that factor. I'm sure there's other factors. I didn't read the whole entire case, but they settled for $500,000, which means that this was just a, we don't want to fight with the family, because $500,000, when you get shot 122 times, it's worth more than $500,000, in my opinion, right? If it was not justified, it would be in the millions. Let's be honest. So $500,000 tells you kind of where they feel this case is. But at the end of the day, I think that was overkill. Like even if you're scared half to death, you're law enforcement. You're trained to be scared half to death and not unleash like that. And I think it was just the sheer magnitude of the amount of bullets. So that's one of the ones that I wanted to look into, because it was, it's interesting. Like, how do you get 122 bullets fired? This is such an extreme situation. It's just the curiosity part of me that just wants to know what happened. 122 bullets, bullets ain't cheap. Okay. Right. And I'm a community activist, right? So I'm one of those nickel and dime type of people. Like, how much are our bullets costing, and how much did you just spend of our taxpayer money, right? Not the 122 bullets that went into the guy. No, I'm just joking. I need to stop. They're going to probably destroy me on YouTube for that. I'm just playing. This happened in 2022. It's not like it's a recent thing, but I don't know what the situation was there, but it's so overboard that it's like really hard not to, at least peek under the hood. Like, what the heck happened here, right? And then so I'm not sure if I'm going to do that one because of the age, but I think I am going to probably dip my toes into that case just a little bit. But the other case was, did you guys hear? I think we covered it just like in one of our morning, how we take our first hour to talk about all the other cases, and the last hour to kind of dive into the meat and potatoes of why we're here. Well, that first hour we talked about, at least I think I brought it up. We had so many cases that were hitting all at once. I didn't know if I brought it up, but it was of an abduction of the wrong person. And these guys look like mafia people. And there was like 3 big dudes, dudes, right? And they go and kidnap this guy and then realize they grabbed the wrong guy. This is a real day. Like, this just happened within the last month story. I'm not lying. Like, this is so bizarre. It's made for movies. They grabbed the wrong guy. No pain, no gain. And anybody watch that movie with Mark Wahlberg, that really crazy movie with Dwayne Johnson and Mark Wahlberg, where they're all messed up on drugs and they're going in for the heist and stuff? This is kind of what I see this whole entire, like Dumb and Dumber pulling off a kidnapping. Like, this is kind of where I'm going with the comedy hour on this crime story, because I have never heard anything like this. You just go scoop the wrong guy off the streets and beat the crap out of him and waterboard him, and then boom, you're you're gonna ask for ransom? What? So needless to say, all those bozos got arrested and are behind bars. But it's a crazy story. And it's a crazy story that happened in 2023, of course. So I'm thinking that as my cases while I'm down there. I'm planning on taking a 2 or 3 day trip down there. I'm going to be going by the Amelia Earhart Museum, Curtis Mansion, just a real tour of the community there, you know, and just seeing what we can. But I've got an idea on the cases we're going to be covering there. I will most likely, depending on the level of media out in Miami-Dade when I get there to cover Dave and Eric's case, depending on how the media is all set up and where I can set up, I may just go live right from out there to discuss the case once I get into the community. I've got to make some phone calls and get everything set up with law enforcement in those areas. And then I think I'll be good. I should be good. So we'll see. But that's going to be tomorrow. So how tomorrow's going to look is I'm going to try. Don't hold me on this. I know we're just trying to get back to our schedule, but I may not be able to go live in the morning. If I'm up and I've got a good, even if it's a half an hour show, I will come live, but it'll be very early. So it'll be like around 6 o'clock, 7, but I've got to be shut down on my morning live at 8 o'clock. So if I'm not here at 8 a.m., we're not having a live. Tomorrow, if I don't go live in the morning on my drive, if I can, I've got my hotspot box. I may just, hotspot some stuff up so I can go live as we're driving. We'll see how it all works out. I don't know. I'm right now, I'm having some technical issues behind the scenes, and I'm trying to get those resolved as quickly as possible. But it's really causing a lot of heartburn in my world. It's causing me just. I just need to resolve these technical issues I have, and they're really bad technical issues. So hopefully we will get everything up and running and not have any issues over the next few days. But I'm going to be down south. I'm going to be in Miami for the next 3 days covering a bunch of cases. So we're going to be coming live from the road. Yay, right? We've been waiting for a while to have cases. Now, granted, these aren't cases that are like, jaw-dropping headlines. Oh, thank you, Miss Robin. God bless you. Let me write this down. Hold on. Okay. Perfect, guys. Perfect. Thank you, Miss Robin. Thank you for all that participated. And I promise, and you know what? Actually, this is what my contribution will be. I'm going to put 100% of your contributions into the jar. I think that's the easiest way to do it. My contribution to the swear jar will be whatever the commission, whatever YouTube takes out of your money. That'll be my contribution to the jar. It'll be easier for me to tally it up. I don't have to worry about percentages and things like that. And that'll be my contribution to the swear jar. So we'll do that. We'll keep everything, whatever you guys contribute, we'll give that 100%. So for example, Miss Robbins is $49.99. I'm just going to throw $50 into the cuss jar. And we all know that YouTube takes money out. I don't know if it's 45% or 35%. I really don't care. This is for a good cause. So we all need to participate. We all should participate. I don't know. We all need to participate. Better participate. Give me your money. No, I'm just joking. We're not hate channels over here. Sorry. But we'll give 100%. So $49.99, $50 is going to go into that cuss jar. I'm not going to worry about the percentage. Whatever over and above that is going to be my portion of that. So there we go. Got a plan. We got a plan. So just to give you guys some ideas, it looks like we have, let me just go over here to the other side, just so we have a good number for everybody. Let me look at the activity. Give me just a second. It's taking a minute. All right. Oh, wow. We got some membership. So Michelle Lynn, thank you for being a member for 6 months. Cynthia, she has a birthday. Oh my goodness. Happy birthday to you. Toot toot. Happy birthday to you. Toot toot. Happy birthday. Happy Bullhorn Betty birthday. Happy birthday to you. Toot toot. We love you, Cynthia. Thank you for supporting the Bullhorn Betty channel this long. Oh, Sonia. Oh, our beautiful Sonia gifted 5 beautiful Bullhorn Betty memberships. So here we go. So we've got $5, $7, $27, $47, and $50. So 47, 50. So this show has raised today for Jen Santinello, guys, $97.50 will be going into our cuss jar. OMG. You know what? I am so excited about this. I think I'm going to just go ahead after this live and go ahead and get that sent over to Jen Santinello, the $97.50 instead of cashing that out and putting it in, because that's almost $100, and I think she could probably use that. We're coming up to holidays, Christmases. She's not working. I just want to tell you all, thank you. Wow, see this? Look at this. You know what? We may not be able to do everything right 100% of the time, but you know what? We just raised $97.50 in a matter of minutes for a woman that's going through pure hell, and I can promise you will absolutely 100% appreciate all of this. So great job, guys. You guys, I have to tell you, this is what, and I'm going to get a little teary-eyed. I hate when I start getting emotional. Rough, tough, cream puff over here, right? I got thick skin. But this is why we do it. It's the love. Like, this is why we built this channel. This is why we are so protective of keeping all the hate and garbage out. We've got enough hate out there. We don't need it here. And so this is the love. This is the love. You know what? We may not be able to do this for everybody, but we did this for her. And we got another $3. Look at that. $100 even. Well, it's $97.50. $150. $100.50. $100.50. Way to go, guys. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Like, here's a kiss. Where's the kiss? It doesn't even sound like a kiss in my ears, but here's a kiss. Okay. Oh, God help me. God help me. So kind-hearted. Oh, thank you, Cindy. Thank you. Oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. So thank you, guys. I'm going to go ahead and get that sent off. I'm not going to wait until, we're just going to go ahead and get Jen sent off $100 today. I think that's amazing. You guys did an amazing job, and I couldn't be happier. All right, guys. Well, wait for this. Listen, I'm going to tell you, with everything going on, I still got to go get packed up. I still got to get cars, oil change. I'm going to be running like a chicken with my head cut off for the rest of the afternoon. I promised you guys, and I'm so sorry about the name changes on the levels. It's not life or death. All right. We want to get our free shirt. We want to vote, right? But I got to tell you, I'm running short on time. So I'm going to try to get it done this week. I was going to do it today. I was like, when I get that off here, I'm just going to get it done. Just do it. And I'm getting here, and it's like, now it's almost 10, and I've got to start leaving the house, and it's like crap. And then tomorrow I've got to get everything loaded up. I've got a meeting I've got to do first thing in the morning, and then I got to leave that meeting and start getting on the road to head down south. So I'm going to try to balance all of it. It's a little crazy. I get it. Trust me, I'm living it. So we'll try to get this all wrapped up. But tomorrow, if you do not see me by 8 a.m., we're not going to be live until the afternoon. But I do promise I will go live tomorrow. If nothing more, it'll be a later afternoon or evening live, and I'll do it from the hotel room. But we will have stuff to talk about, and I would have already been to a few places visiting. So I'll already have some content by the afternoon. But that's kind of our schedule for tomorrow. The schedule for tomorrow is I have no idea what the schedule is for tomorrow. The only thing I know is if The only thing I know is that we're not here at 8:00. We ain't going live. Okay, that's the only fact I know about tomorrow. All right, guys, you all have been just amazing. Have a great day. Don't forget to rock it out with your coffee beans out. Don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And until next time, please be safe and kind to one another, especially in the comment box below. Have a great day, y'all.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.